Show me the strongest energy that is surrounding Aquarius, please. Show me the strongest energy. One more. Show me the strongest energy that is surrounding Aquarius right now. Wow. This is going to be a very interesting reading, guys. Very interesting reading. Something is really coming to a head here. First of all, notice that these are 2 9s. I believe that these are 2 different people. These are not the same people. So the number 99 might be important to you. September the 9th could be an important date, or the year 1999. The number 9 on the Tree of Life, the 9th Sephira, is called Yesod. It kind of runs down the middle. It's the middle pillar. It's considered to be the culmination of everything. So I believe that whatever's going on here, it's coming to a head. Now, just in general, what you can see is that what this person is worried about is that they've driven this person bonkers. That this person is, losing their mind. And I believe the reason why this person is feeling this way is because of what this person has been doing. They know darn well that they've been approaching over and over in a very aggressive way, driving someone else bonkers. I mean, this person may even be expecting or preparing to go through another round. They are expecting something as well. A lot has happened. What they're worried about is this, that this person is extremely stressed. I think part of what this person is worried about is that this person, there is an absolute war going on in this person's head. They are tormented. They're in agony. Somebody has been cruel. Let's keep going. Show us more, please. Show us more, please, and thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, it's right here. Now, this is interesting. So in this split, this person is still looking that way. But this energy has something to do with the person that they were looking at. I think what's happened here is that this person they're worried that they've driven someone either out of their happiness, or they're thinking about the person that they've driven bonkers used to be happy, and that they're responsible for causing agony to someone. Meanwhile, this person, has everything they want back there. Why can't this person just stop looking that way and go back and be happy with what they have? Why are they so obsessed with the person over there? And notice how that person is gone now. They're not there. It's almost like this person, so in case you're not watching this video and you're just listening, somebody has spent a lot of time making someone else very unhappy and putting them in a state of agony. They've done it. It was their fault. And they want more. They want to keep doing it. It's starting to bother them that the other person is in a state of total agony, because what's bothering them is that the person that they put into a state of agony cannot get out of it. The person in the Nine of Swords who they were looking at, it's a trap. That person may have been there for a year. There is something that they can do to get out of it, but they're not getting out of that mental trap. Meanwhile, the instigator of all this, the person who caused all of the agony, they had no reason to do this. They were perfectly happy. They had their own happiness back there. So why? And now the person that was in a state of agony is out of sight. And now they're worried that they can't see them. So this person is a real piece of work here, whoever this person is in the Nine of Wands. It could be Sagittarius, that is moon in Sagittarius, the Nine of Wands. Show me more, please. And there was a Gemini who was in a state of agony, or it's just Gemini energy, and we had Pisces energy there with the, yeah. I think we're going to have to get a clarification here. Clarify, those are my cats there. Clarify why we have the Three of Swords next to the Ten of Cups. Why do we have the Three of Swords? So that's Saturn in Libra. And, we have Saturn in Libra and we have Mars in Pisces there. Why do we have the Three of Swords next to their Ten of Cups? Because there has been an injustice. For the person that was doing all the antagonizing and agonizing, they had no reason, they had absolutely no reason to be bothering somebody else. And so what's happened here is, with this Three of Swords, that is, it's like a betrayal. They restricted their heart. We've got the idea here that they weren't happy being happy. What made them happy was making someone else feel rejected. Why on earth would that be? They felt that it was justice. They felt that perhaps they wanted to get back at someone, but they didn't feel comfortable or didn't feel happy unless someone else got rejected. I'm not sure where this came from here. Anyway, let's just keep going. I don't know where that Three of Swords suddenly came from. Show me more, please. I may start asking some specific questions in a moment. Okay, get ready. Get ready to understand all heartbreak and why some people handle it well and others pass their pain along. So believe it or not, this has to do with the number 3. 3, the number 3, the third Sephira, corresponds to Bina, which means understanding on the Tree of Life. It's the High Priestess. Now remember, we have 3 archetypes on the very top of the Tree of Life. We have you, the Fool, the Magician, which is number 1, and the High Priestess, which is number 2. You don't have a number because you guys will not be numbered. So really there's 3. But at Bina, we have understanding. At the level of the Magician, which is number 1, we have the Great Father, Hakma. So we have 3. Your role in that triangle, remember that you carry spirit, carry love from Keter into the first level. So we have the number 3 and this triangle. We have this proper triangle along with you, along with spirit. We have a triangle. Okay, so every 3 has a certain stability which cannot be upset as long as we have 3. Now the 3 of Swords, we know that swords are a mental suit. Swords are considered to be thought. All right. So with the 3 of Swords, we've got sort of a memory here. We've got to feeling and a yearning for oneness, because we have that triangle. So the energy is going to cross the abyss down into manifestation, and there will be a yearning for wholeness that will not be obtained. We don't get that triangle unless the spirit is there, which, you're carrying the spirit. Then we have the great father and the great mother. That makes the triangle. Now, that wholeness cannot be achieved unless spirit is there, unless spirit is part of it. So when someone has a broken heart with the 3 of Swords, there's going to be suffering, but there will be some compassion and understanding, of this universal sorrow because of the 3, because of that, the element of spirit. Now, without the 3, if someone is heartbroken and they're lacking in the spirit, we've got what you call a lack of understanding of the pain of heartbreak, paralyzing depression. We've got someone's mind turning on itself in a vicious way. This is what happens. I think that's what happened to the person who was in the 9 of Wands. That person at some point had not healed from some kind of heartbreak in the past. There was no completion there, no understanding. And so even though they're in the 10 of Cups, or so they think they are, they've got to attack other people. They've got to go on the attack because they're not healed. That's why, for example, if you're trying to help someone who's just been heartbroken, it is never a good idea to start criticizing the person that broke their heart, because that you're missing the wholeness here. There's nothing wrong with being heartbroken. Be compassionate, share in their sorrow. That will help them heal. But when you go into, he was an idiot anyway, then you go into the lower polarity of that card. And that prevents the healing, okay? Now maybe someone's doing that to you. Maybe someone has broken your heart and someone around you is going, he or she was an idiot anyway. Maybe that's prolonging the suffering. Anyway, I don't think that's what this is about. Let's just continue. Show me more, please, about this situation. For Aquarius, please. There's one right here. Oh, this looks very interesting. Okay. By the way, do you notice the repetitions in the numbers? We've had 2 9s. Now we have 2 7s. It's a very good sign. So, by the way, July the 7th could be important. 77, the year 1977. The number 14 could be important. So again, I'm getting the feeling that these are 2 different people. Okay? This could be you. So that is Venus in Scorpio. You might just have a feeling that something is wrong, something is off. You could be, you may have had a dream. There's something not right. I think that you're not sure yet. I think that you're not certain that this is going on, but I do believe that your intuition is telling you that something is going on. And in fact, I do believe that over here, we've got somebody who has been using some very underhanded tactics. Someone may have stolen or be stealing something from you. Someone may be doing this on their own. Someone could be, you may feel that someone is investigating you, but I believe that this is someone who is very cunning and devious, and they're doing something behind your back, and I think you have a feeling that that's happening. Let's ask about what this person is doing, okay? The person in the Seven of Swords, so this is Moon in Aquarius, and that's Venus in Scorpio. The person, the sneaky person in the Seven of Swords, what are they doing behind the scenes? What is it that they're, oh dear, two major arcana. Well, they're abusing power for one thing. Somebody is abusing power. How are they abusing power? This could be an organization. This could be underhanded tactics within a large organization. Somebody in a position of power could be doing something very unethical. There are three coming out. You may have had to abandon an opportunity. I feel like the person who is in the Seven of Swords is over here. I think they always were. Now, what they're worried about right now, this person is worried about, is that you've left the scene. You have not taken. So I feel like they tried to bait you. They expected that you would take the bait, but you did not. You left the scene because your intuition told me that something was wrong. How is this person, again, let's ask about the person who is in the Nine of Wands. How is that person thinking and feeling right now about Aquarius? How is, oh boy, yep. They're feeling rejected. So this person in this position of power, they're slightly insulted. Well, not slightly insulted. They usually are able to manipulate everybody, but they couldn't manipulate you. Your intuition just told you to hit the road. They're feeling rejected and embarrassed. It's interesting because your decision to hit the road, your decision to withdraw your energy, look at the massive impact that it had on this so-called power wielder. How is the Emperor feeling? What is the Emperor thinking and feeling right now? It's funny. Is the Emperor thinking and feeling right now? It's interesting. I'm going to get another card to clarify, another split to clarify. How is the Emperor thinking and feeling right now? It's over here. Ha 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 ha. Look at the Justice at the same time. There we go. Five of Cups. Guilty. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They're regretting. They're upset because they didn't get what they wanted. Boy, are they upset. They're usually sitting here. And you doled out some justice here by taking off. Sometimes justice is not doing something. It's not taking the bait. So this is what the Emperor wanted and he didn't get it, or she didn't get it. This is a very selfish, complacent, egotistical person. How is the Emperor thinking? And the person in the Seven of Swords, what are they thinking and feeling right now? It's way over here. Yeah, look at the ego that they have. Oh, yeah. They feel like that they feel as if they have been exposed somehow. They feel as if they have exposed. Clarify the Six of Wands and the Two of Cups. Yep. Empty, gone. They have, this is incredible. Wow. So I think that this is someone who's in love with you. And I think that what they've been doing for a long time is cheating and sneaking around behind your back. It's underneath here. Judgment, yeah. This is a very egotistical person. They figured that they could keep you in that Two of Cups. But what's happened, the way that they're feeling right now is empty and lost without you. And underneath that is their Nine of Cups. That was over there. They lost their Nine of Cups. And they're in a lot of pain. There's some kind of final ending here. They're trying to look like they're not bothered by it, but they are. Show me more, please. So yeah, that's how they're feeling, because you didn't take their bait. You didn't take their opportunity. Good for you. Let's see if this Emperor has any sense of awareness of what they've done. So we're going to ask, what does the Emperor know that he or she has done wrong? What does the Emperor know that they've done wrong? What does the Emperor know that they've done wrong? Didn't recognize your worth, tried to keep you stuck. Perhaps didn't realize that you can stand on your own and that you have your own self-worth. They're realizing now you don't need to be with them to stand, to feel confident. What does the Emperor know that they've done wrong? What does the Emperor know? What does the Emperor know that they've done wrong? Well, there's a spiritual lesson that they did not learn with the Hanged Man. Clarify the Hanged Man. Perhaps didn't give you a truth. Clarify the Hanged Man. Something else here. Improper use of the mind. They may have been working steadily towards making you feel depressed. But what they know they've done wrong is made you feel bad. They may have used words that were cruel. They've caused damage. They've been doing something repeatedly. They've been working towards causing you damage. What is this Hanged Man? What is this realization? What is this realization that they know they should have had? What is this lesson or this realization? This is a complicated one. So this is what they were doing wrong. They were being disingenuous. They may have been trying to invite your jealousy. They may have been doing this right in front of you. They failed to show you gratitude and appreciation. They failed to give back what you gave to them. At a minimum, they were taking advantage of you. There's a myriad of things they could be doing, but they do have, it could be a one-sided relationship. In other words, they weren't giving at all. They weren't giving anything to you, and they were giving to others instead. But this may have been deliberate. Let's see what this Emperor plans on doing next. What do they plan? What action do they plan on taking next? How do they plan? Oh God, here we go. You see, this person is not healed at all. I'm going to get a clarification for this. What do they plan on doing next? Do they plan on doing next? Five of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles as an action. To disappear, to ghost. And they're feeling very empty here. Clarify the Five of Pence and the Ten of Pence as their next plan of action. There's three coming out. The World. Nine of Cups. And the Two of Pentacles. So there's something that they're trying to figure out. It's underneath here. There's that bloody Seven of Swords. So they're thinking about continuing on the way they normally behave, which is to hurt back. This person sounds like a narcissist, by the way. What do they plan on doing next? Yeah, this person is just going down further. It looks like they're just going to find somebody else. Clarify what their plans, their next plan of action. They're going to try to make themselves happy. Sometimes the King of Cups is someone who, believe it or not, who looks for a partner who has money. Clarify the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups for their next plan of action. Yeah, some kind of an... Okay, what this is, they are now focused on ending your happiness. They're going to work toward ending your happiness. And how are they going to go about doing that? How are they going to go about ending your happiness? They don't know. They're going to try to confuse you or deceive you. What's interesting here is they're confused. They don't know how to make you unhappy. You just seem to find a way of being happy anyway. What is it? How do they plan on making Aquarius unhappy? How do they plan on making Aquarius unhappy? Going to try to hold back commitment, or they're going to try to control something. How do they plan on making you unhappy? This is never going to work, whatever they're doing. It's just not going to work. Here's something interesting. This is an explanation of why. So they're going to try to piecemeal you again. They're going to try to breadcrumb you. But what's interesting, this is what they don't understand. The Queen of Pentacles is a hard worker. The Queen of Pentacles is cardinal earth. The Queen of Pentacles just makes things work. In fact, there's a quote about the Queen of Pentacles. She plays the hand that she's been dealt with. She makes it work. So they don't understand that they can't hurt you. There's, this person that you're dealing with thinks that there must be something that I can take away from Aquarius. Well, go ahead and try. They can in the 3D, but you're just going to make it work. They can't win here. Show me what's going to happen next. Show me more, please. Show me more. What happens next? This is really interesting. Definitely dealing with a narcissist. Yeah. They do not understand why they can't win. They can't win. And the reason why is they're operating in chariot energy. Now, the chariot wins, always wins. But on physical planes. This is not a physical plane. What's interesting is the Chariot. This is the Emperor's energy. And remember that the Emperor, that's the one in the Seven of Swords, that's the character in this reading. He is the power of this world, okay? So not of the subconscious or any of the upper echelons of the tree of life. He is the power of this world, so physical, the 3D. So the Chariot is, it's winning, it's conquest on all planes, but the planes are the physical planes, the manifest, the external. If they say, that if the man in the chariot galloped up to the high priestess and said, "Read me, show me the Torah," she would show it to him and open it to him. He would try to read it, and he cannot read it. So then he would say to her, "Read it to me." She would read it to him, but he cannot understand it. Let's just keep going. This person, they can't break you. They don't have the substance. I feel bad saying that, but it's impossible for them to win, to conquer you. They can't conquer you. Yeah, there's your person, and there's you. Now, let's see what happens next. Could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio. They can't shake you. They can't shake your stability. What happens next, please? This is Five of Swords energy. So as you can see, this person is just, they're approaching the wrong way, because there is a part of you that cannot be seen. It's in the 5D. And so what can they do? They can vandalize your car, or they can cause you monetary damage. They can ruin your reputation, but they can't get to you. They cannot destroy you in any way, shape, or form. And this is really bothering them. There's the Emperor. May I see a little bit more, please? Yeah, the Emperor. How does this end, please? What happens then? There's got to be there you are. This could be the end of the reading. There's quite a dichotomy between this Fool and the Five of Swords. You see, this person thought, they took one look at you and they really misjudged you. Back in the 15th century, the Fool card was known as Le Mat, and often there are actually games, tarot card games that used to be played in Europe, in Italy, and in France. And the Fool, Le Mat, in most decks was either drawn as the madman, the beggar, but it was known as a checkmate for gaming purposes. That character was incredibly powerful. It was almost always unnumbered. There were some 15th century decks, the Sola Busca, and in 18th century Belgium, the Fool had a number, but the number was 22, which is the Fool's pathway, which of course is the pathway from Keter down into the manifest. As I mentioned, this person who is, who has come up as the Emperor, that person is very powerful, yes, but it is the power of this world. Now, the Fool exists in this world and in the other world, in the world of spirit, in the world of the unmanifest. That's the Fool's pathway. The Fool carries energy of spirit from the unmanifest into the world that the Emperor lives in. The Emperor cannot, nobody else can cross that pathway. The Fool does not adhere to social norms. The Fool, it's like the Fool actually at the very end of the world's journey, the Fool actually is the Hermit. Do you see that stick that the Fool has? That becomes the staff of the Hermit when the Hermit has completed his journey and comes down from the mountain. The Fool is aligned perfectly with spirit. The Fool is the only one who can cross that line between the manifest and the unmanifest. The Fool is immortal. He can never die, ever. He is simply in search of experience in this world. This guy thinks he can scare the Fool. That's not possible. The Fool isn't afraid of walking right off that cliff. Why? Because the Fool does not fear death. Aquarius, I'm noticing this weird glimmering in the sky below the cliff of the Fool card. I just want to close up and see if you notice it as well. I don't know if it's something I'm just seeing right now, but it's really weird. Do you see that? Isn't that incredible? All right. The Fool is Alpha and Omega. The Fool goes from something to nothing. The Fool is the beginning and the ending. The Fool is the one who pushes the boundaries, takes the leap of faith, travels high, embraces originality, risks beginnings and journeys. The Fool is way beyond this moron here in the Five of Swords. So Aquarius, I think what I'm going to do now is get some messages from your person. The rest of the reading just went on and on and on with this person just trying to trick you. So let's get some messages. Can we get some messages from this person? What does this person want to say to Aquarius? What does this person want to say? What does this person want to say to Aquarius? We'll just get a few. You probably know exactly who this is. What does this person want to say to Aquarius, please? What does this person want to say to Aquarius? What do they have to say for themselves? Let's just take all of these. I gave in to temptation. Probably to the devil. I'm afraid to love because I've been hurt in the past. I have unwittingly sabotaged our connection. One-sided relationship. Yep, that was you doing the all. Please be patient with me. I can't stand the thought of you with someone else. Will you give me a second chance? This is exactly what happened in the rest of the reading. Can you please forgive me and let go of the past? The only problem is I did not see this person changing in the reading. There is someone keeping me from you. That could be the Queen of Cups. I feel like I can be my true self around you. You are the person of my dreams. I believe that. I know. You are the love of my life. I believe that too. I never stopped loving you. The problem is I did not see any change in this person in the reading. All right, Aquarius, let me know what you think.